Hello Voltheads, you are watching the self-proclaimed, sarcastically named Captain KeyForge, also known as PJ Broughton of the Steel City Snufflegators.
And today we are playing FreeForge. What is FreeForge, I hear you ask? Well, FreeForge is when you are given a deck for free for some reason. This is the deck that I'm going to be using today, so I'm just going to leave that up there. The story of this is I currently stand at 3-3 with 3 decks. I've given away 3 decks to people for nothing. And I've personally been given so far 3 decks equally for nothing. One of them was given to me by FFG, an FFG event. It was free as part of the entrance fee. One of them I won from a German team, and we will be visiting that deck later on in this series of videos. And this one I was given by a YouTuber called Kraggy. He has a competition on where you send him a bad deck, and he will play 3 games with it, and if he can't win any of the 3 games with it, he will then open a deck on stream and give that to you. And I did that. There's going to be a link in the comments section so that you can watch that video if you want, watch the deck opening of this deck if you want as well. But yeah, the channel is KeyForge with Kraggy. Give it a subscribe, feel free to enter the competition. This is the deck that I got from that. It is interesting. Double essence scale I like, mainly for using disc creatures on the turn they go down, and there is quite a few disc creatures with destroyed effects in this deck, so that's quite useful. Novu Dynamo will work well with auto encoder if I can get it to trigger. It can also drop things out of the archive, so that those sort of combination of cards will be quite interesting. And also as well, I like the Forum of Giants. I haven't got that card. Imperial Road, this is my first deck with that card. So in terms of the actual makeup of the deck, quite happy with it. Looks quite fun. Decent score. There you can see 70 SAS, top 88%. Can't grumble with that for a free deck. But yeah, I would encourage everyone in the community, give some away. You know what I mean? You don't need to give loads away, but we've all got probably more decks than we need. So yeah, share the wealth, share the love, and always try to be at a stage where you're close to having given away as many as you've been given. So here's my opening hand. I will be going first, so I'm just taking a look at that and deciding if that's a turn 1 hand. Got 4 logos, so potentially. So yeah, I've gone into this to play the Mindfire, and then turn 2 I've got 4 logos cards to play down, including a Neurosiphon with, as you can see, a couple of draw pips, so that could be good. Playing one of my teammates, Simon, favoured alpaca from the Snufflegators. He's gone into Untamed. He's played Mercy Mal, King Queen, and Gloriana's Attendant. So, next question is, do we play the 2 Saurian, or do we play the Logos cards? I mean, they're interesting. QMX will draw me a card, and when it gets destroyed it will go into the archive. The Novu Dynamo is a good creature, but obviously it's going to die on the next turn if I don't have a Logos card in my hand to discard, or a card in my archive to discard. So yeah, a bit of a tough one. Also as well, this deck is a decent deck, but it hasn't got many ways to recur something from the discard pile. So yeah, I've not played the Neurosiphon only because I'd really like to try and get the extra from it, from Simon having something. Plus as well, I have a little bit of bias towards draw. I think draw is good, but I prefer draw at the end of your hand, like Zenzi Zenzik, or Daughters or Mothers. Sam's gone into Untamed again and he's used Mercy Malkin Queen. He's also played Xenos Bloodshadow, which has dealt 1 damage to Titan Engineer. He's prayed a Growth Surge as well, and then he's passed the turn. I discarded the Oddclawed off Nova Dynamo. Then I've played Neurosiphon, I've gained 1, I've drawn a card, drawn a card again. I haven't triggered the Neurosiphon's ability because when I played the Neurosiphon I ended up matched for Amber with my opponent, so I did get the draw cards off the Neurosiphon, but I didn't get the extra. I make a slight mistake here, I think. There we go. I fought the Dynamo into Xenos. I should have fought the Q-Mex or the Titan Engineer first because I've forgotten about the Elusive. So the Q-Mex or the Titan Engineer would have popped off the Elusive, and then Novu Dynamo would have been able to sort it out. But anybody else attacking it is going to get killed off the Hazardous 6 or Hazardous 4, whatever it was. So yeah, not played that brilliantly. But yeah, there we go. Pass the turn to Simon. Yeah, as I was saying with the draw, I prefer draw at the end of the turn because it doesn't matter what you draw. Whereas when you draw in your turn, unless you draw one of the cards in that house, it's basically just clogging your hand up. So, you know, you draw a card, you've probably only got a 30% chance that you're going to be able to play that card when you draw it. Simon's gone for Observe You Max in Star Alliance, and he's attached that to Xenos. He's also played Subject Kirby, and then he's played Fangdangle as well, which is a good card to play out a house. It's a shame he didn't have any more Star Alliance. I've gone into Saurian. Nova Dynamo has been destroyed because I had no more Logos cards in hand and none in archive to use. So there we go, Cornice and Octavia has gone down, a couple of those, and a Saurian egg as well. The Xenos Bloodshadow could still be a bit of a problem because basically it's got free reign to just kill anything it wants to kill. Also as well, because the Fandangle being down, anything that comes down now is going to come down ready. So Simon's gone into this, he's put down Screaming Cave, he's put down Infernus. That's obviously going to allow 2 cards to be purged and me to lose the amber from it. And as I said, it comes in ready. So he's purged the Neurosiphon and the Novu Dynamo. Then Simon's also played Whale of the Damned. That's destroyed one of the Cornish and Octavias. Then he's played Lycophene as well. It's dealt a damage because of a damage icon. And as I said, yeah, as we said, the disc creature's coming down ready. He's killed the other Cornish Octavia with Infernus just to put it back into his discard pile so he can get it back again later on in the game. Pretty sensible. and then he's passed the turn back to me. I've gone for Gateway, and I've discarded Picaroon because I couldn't have drawn that at a worst possible time, because if you've got no other creatures in hand or no other creatures down, it won't survive it being put down. It's good at times, but I think I'd rather have any disc creature in the game over that one, because look at that. Any other disc creature in the game, I get to put them down after the Gateway. Some of them with the destroyed effects, put them down before the Gateway, kill and trigger the destroyed effect off the back of the Gateway. That one, there are times where it's just a dead card in your hand, and not a big fan of the dead cards in your hand. To me, if you get nothing out of a card, every other game, it's an awful card. If you're getting nothing out of a card more than that, it almost ruins the deck. So yeah, there are other cards I can think of that don't do much. We've all got good decks with them in that do much, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just that very unlucky time to draw that. So Simon's gone into Star Alliance, put down a Quixel Stone. That's going to drag this game out a little bit now. Also make it more interesting. I will say this, I'm the kind of person who actually doesn't really mind Heart of the Forest, Quixel Stone, Fangtooth Cavern. Changing the game and making the gameplay differently is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not like it's going to happen every single game you play, every single time you play. So to make the game different is an interesting thing. I mean, I've discarded the Q-Mates there. Maybe I should have kept it just for another card to discard when Novu Dynamo triggers at the start of the next turn. I mean, I've got the Keto the Adventurer, but yeah, not sure if I made the right decision there. Off the back of the Novu Dynamo. Simon's gone into Star Alliance. Played Commander Chan. Played Bass Shielding on Commander Chan. So there we go. That's me discarded the Keto the Adventurer. I've gone into Saurian, played Spoils of Battle. Played down the Forum of Giants. Going to play down Blast from the Past to archive Cornice Octavia and then deal some damage to that. Manages to survive because of the Blast Shielding. And then it's going to be passing the turn. But that, when a Quixel Stone's down and to basically drop all my cards bar one, that's not a bad thing. I've done all right there to get all those cards down. Sam's gone into Dis this time. Played Implosion, destroyed both creatures, getting the 3 amber that was on the Novu Dynamo. Possibly worried about me getting a key as well on the next turn, because obviously gaining 1 off the Novu Dynamo happens before the start of your key, as does the Forum of Giants as well. Now he's played Harvest Time. There we go. Maybe he was looking to get rid of the Forum of Giants with the Harvest Time, and there was a slight issue there with the Crucible. because Harvest Time will get rid of an artifact as well as a creature if you need it to. So I've gone into this. There we go, played the Dominator Bauble and played Bonesaw. Again, just because it's a strong creature, trying to get some use, some bonus out of the Forum of Giants. Sam has gone into this again, played Infernus, so obviously that's going to take at least 2 away. Got rid of the Saurian Egg and the Spoils of Battle. Then he's used Whale of the Damned. That's destroyed Bonesaw. This is one of the problems this deck's going to have. It's got no artifact control. And I will say this, I'm one of the players, I'm never going to an Archon tournament ever again in the rest of my life without a deck with artifact control. Not happening. I won't buy a deck for serious money unless it's got artifact control. I don't care if it's a 92 SAS deck and you're offering it me for a tenner. It's got no artifact control. Not interested. Because there are times where an artifact is going to lose you the game. And you're not going to win if you haven't got it. I mean, one of the games on my channel, it's a reversal game, and my opponent gave me a Sting Heart of the Forest deck, and I gave him a deck that had no artifact control, and I knew as soon as I got it, I was going to win the game, and I did win the game. And the other deck was doing really well, but it just couldn't get rid of the Heart of the Forest, and the Sting helped basically control the game with Heart of the Forest. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of making sure you've got an artifact kill card. I'm not even that big of a fan of barehanded and grasping vines and stuff like that. What's the point in returning Quixelstone to someone's hand so they can play it down again? Gain an amber in this case, capture one, and it's back in play. You need to be able to destroy them. So Sam's got a big board again now. I got the Fandangle down that's going to allow creatures to come down ready. Also got the Mercy Malkin Crane. I have got the ability to play 2 creatures this turn if I want to, which is quite good. I've gone into this just because it's going to allow me to get some cards out of my hand. Also as well, the Essence Scales may actually help in this situation because keeping the board low stops creatures from being played, so they may actually be useful. I may get some use out of them. I will say this though, this deck that I'm playing against, it, as you saw, had quite a lot of artifact control, whereas the deck I'm playing, Dominator Bauble, Forum of Giants, Double Essence Scale, there's a lot of artifacts in it, so if I'm not going to get any value out of them, it might be difficult to sort of win the game. There we go, played the charrette down. Pass the turn. I mean, I have given Simon the ability to play another couple of creatures, but I've at least got some decent creatures down. I mean, it's a shame about his growth surges that are, just charging up his creatures and making my Forum of Giants work for him, because, I mean, power-wise, nearly all the creatures in this deck are strong creatures, 4s, 5s, 6s, 8s with a double Novo Dynamo, and I don't think I've gained a single amber off that Forum of Giants in this game. So I was just wanting to change the house there, which is fine. Perfectly fine swapping houses when you've not played any cards. So he's put down the detention coil onto Octavia. That's the one that'll stop you fighting. And he's put down another detention coil as well on the 0 Centurion. Then he's played Subdue. He's played Tachyon Pulse that's destroyed all the artifacts that were down. So, I mean, that is desperately unlucky for me. I put 2 Essence Scales down and they instantly both get destroyed on the next turn. How often do you play a game of KeyForge where you put down 2 artifacts and they both get destroyed on the very next turn? It's a little bit unlucky. Also as well, the 2 Saurian creatures have been exhausted there. I have finally forged a key. I mean, again, if the Essence Scales don't go there, I can get an Amber off this creature that's not stunned. Then I could then kill one of the unstunned ones, get another Amber, and then I could kill one of the Saurian ones to use another one of the Saurian ones to reap with. That's cost me 2 Amber, and that's just on that turn. Possibly more later on in the game, and also as well the fact that I could be using them to kill creatures and control the board. But at least the Quixel Stone has gone as well. But yeah, Simon's on to 2 keys now. So he's played Brabble. And then Reap the Infernus. Play Break Key. Played an Infernus. And purged both Essence Scales. So I've gone into Saurian. Just deciding what to do with where to put the Technosaurus. There we go, as you can see, reaping with the 2 Saurian creatures, just trying to finally gain some Amber from reaping when my creatures aren't exhausted or stunned. Sam's gone into Dis and played the Lyco Fiend. Dealt damage from it, Reaped with Infernus, Reaped with Brabble, Reaped with the other Infernus. And as I'm sure a lot of people are finding with a lot of mass mutation decks, basically, unless you've got Effervescent Principle, Anthony, or the Saurian action card that lets you capture onto all your creatures, there's basically about 3 or 4 cards in the game that are going to take someone off check if they've got 9 or 10. So, and Simon can see this deck list. This deck, I don't think he's got any of the big Amber control cards. It's got, you know, Capture 1 or Capture 2, stuff like that. But it hasn't got anything that's like, you've got 10, Doorstep to Heaven, buy, or Effervescent Principle, or, you know, Shatterstorm, any of those ones. So once, you know, down 2 keys to 1 and in check by that much, I mean, I'll be able to carry on playing a little bit because Faust the Great's increasing the key cost, but the moment Faust the Great gets killed, I think it's going to be game over. So I've gone into Saurian. I'll play the Imperial Road. Really like that artifact. I think that's a good artifact. There's a kind of efficiency I like to see. Just omni-ability, get a Saurian creature out of your hand onto the board. Yes, it comes down stunned, but it's out of your hand, meaning you're drawing an extra card. There we go. I mean, again, I'm deciding whether or not it's worth reaping or capturing. I mean, at the moment, I've got Simon off check because of the Faust, but there's a lot of amber there. I mean, a board wipe comes down, and it's going to be ouch time for all the amber that's down there. And as well, I haven't got the Perfectus Ludo to make it go away. There's Xenos Blood Shadow again. Oh, and there's KeyFrog. So KeyFrog could be winning the game here. Yeah, Mercy Malkin Queen, ready a friendly beast creature, KeyFrog. Fight KeyFrog into something. Forge key, win the game. And that's won the game for Simon. So he's certainly played it very well. He's very good with the KeyFrog decks. Yeah, that's a game lost for this one, but we'll carry on playing with it because I do think it's going to be a fun deck, and it'll be interesting to see how else it goes. And yeah, there'll be another video coming on shortly.
Thanks for watching, so feel free to like and subscribe. I love comments and criticism, so please feel free to leave those. I'll hope to see you next time, but until then, may the Forge be with you.